Hello, I'm Dr. Saba. This is going to be your monthly reading for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn sun, moon, rising. However Capricorn resonates with you in your chart. Namaste, love and light. May the world receive the proper healing to declare and decree that any low vibrations that present themselves be the key that unlocks the cure for the world. Yeah. Two of Swords, Death card. It's dealing with a change or a literal death that one is presently understanding how grieving the change or the need to change justice has been the pursuit of justice. It may be between a Scorpio and a Libra. And it may be the need to want to connect with your passions, but in pursuit of justice, you want to be exactly who you are in a connection. You want to honor the voice of the universe, but you also want to exist as a person. It's not allowing oneself to feel like you're not worth living according to who you are. You're not worth accepting your worth. That couldn't be the most unnecessary quality to possess that we all face, and that is what we call life. We start from a perspective of living in a way where the future is premeditated boredom. And therefore the universe responds in action of saying, hey, I need you to express who you really are. The core of you unlived is allowing the core within me to not have a life. The universe is here to support. We are torn apart by the lack thereof or the abuse of support. Connections that need to be severed way on the meridian universal structure. Universal structure. The earth will become tired of holding hands of those holding on to hands that they don't want to hold. Until the sound decision as a human race decides to let go of never beginning the race. For individual pursuit of freedom is the reason for isolation. Spirit demands that one go within and truly assess how things have been conducted in the past. But to bring forth who you really are into the future and communicate that and commute also to the higher you You have Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Cancer present. In the past, there may have been an emotional manipulation that the universe sent signs, or is presently sending signs that there needs to be a separation. Because the boredom is repeating and creating the same lessons from the past. The whole earth is in a loophole of such energy. And Mother Earth is communicating that only by fast, rapid change, mental change that forces a split decision to be made. And oh, Capricorn, does Earth have the horns up while you have yours raised higher in passion, in pursuit of saying, I want to use this pitchfork to poke away all the remainder of the Capricorn video. You're pointing your pitchfork, ready to poke away with the rubbish emotionally of life. You're ready to say, no longer will there be living in denial. No longer will there be a lingering of a to-do list. It's taking that pen and checking off exactly what needs to be accomplished without second guessing. The ability to care for the remnants of the truth. It's saying one agrees with doing away with falsities while no longer turning the truth into an illusion. It's allowing the truth to be as genuine as possible and beautiful as God intended to be. Ashe? Yes. Spirit, what messages do you have to sign a Capricorn? Two of Swords. So there's a communication being made. There's an agreement being made on which way to go, Three of Wands. A direction regarding a split. Or a clarification in the present that gave off a sense of burden in the past. It seemed burdensome. It's knowing that a piece of the puzzle has always been missing. But it's such an intricate piece that the details of life have always shed light on the placement thereof once the piece is found. And the answer to the genetic makeup of the universe allows one to understand that life will create a pathway for everything to make sense. When things go a certain way and one has no inkling of a clue, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, the reason is the beauty. That defines one's soul. And you have the Ten of Swords, Six of Cups, the Tower, Three of Wands, Two of Swords. That makes a moment that is revealed in the present regarding answers to the past. And the need for there to be a meeting of the minds without animosity, without resentment, without illusion. But more so, it's necessary to allow the falsities of a better future to be laid to rest. By finding peace within one's commitment. You have the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, and the Temperance card. An agreement made through dedication created a blueprint that clarified by the Hangman, Five of Pentacles, and the Sun. It moved one into a position to leave out certain emotional extensions because it would create cords that were binded by legality. And upon the revelation thereof, there's temperance. Everyone has their story or their character exonerated. Because there's no judgment in a world that one can be born into prejudged, pre-planned. You know, it's like signing up for a job and you've already had a year's workload placed on your desk up front. And you're given a salary. But the fulfillment thereof of that must be met, regardless. And it's not about the time frame that it's fulfilled within. It's about the character utilized to move through every step that has to be maintained on a day-to-day basis. And that can be a mirror to worth, met with duality. Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. How do you create such a solid new beginning and move forward knowing that there is a shift that is inevitable, that shall present itself regardless, it's imminent? Therefore, understanding oneself and others, you're allowed to be the example for the world on divine timing as the topic. You know, so in retrospect, Five of Swords, Three of Swords, one understands that had the process been placed at your feet in a certain fashion, would you have gained the tools that you have today as your unique strength or strengths? Would you? Everything happens for a reason. And with that being said, the past is no longer cut off due to feeling like you're nurturing a burden, because a characteristic within you cannot be silenced. You have the gift. And that right there has clarified the injustice within one's actions committed and received. The ability to be a leader, spiritually inclined, and also of a divine purpose within your calling that connects. You're the stitch to a big quilt of multiple fabrics that all entail their own story of beauty. The purpose within you has been the synergy and energy needed to create a sense of purpose for utilizing your senses. being present had become uncommon in the world for quite some time. And now, divine timing calls for the revelation of such a humble journey. Your beauty is genuine because you're able to see the genuine beauty in everyone around you. And that creates the doorway to making peace with your past, allowing there to be peace in your present, due to the acquisition of how to manifest peace for the future. It all makes sense, Capricorn. You've met an individual that brings about the spiritual strength in you by being unconditional, set in their truth just as much as you are set in who you are. As even if I shuffled the cards, Six of Pentacles came right back out. You're a part of a union that is divinely ordained, protected. Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot. Ten of Pentacles. It's allowing you to see the duality, but the movement in time. The days of wondering when is your time coming are no longer questions that plague the mind. The time is whenever you make it, because you finally made time to be who you should be. And that is your beautiful, authentic self. Unapologetically. Without waiting for tomorrow to do so. And spiritually, the journey may have been to dedicate your gratitude to the present instead of procrastination. Yes. But it's not for show. It's literally breathing, because your soul is of the design of true intent. Page of Pentacles, you've been led by an individual that knew the world prior to you knowing it, and understood exactly what it would take to not make having sustenance difficult for oneself. So what seemed like it could be immaturely perceived as selfishness, no. The world has been given to you prior to you being born into it. To have an individual that loving, to know the necessities of life, the true pearls of wisdom, and give you the right to have them planted into you, making you royalty, gives you the gift of making sure no one is without that ability and opportunity. Congratulations, Capricorn. Clarified by the world and the Empress. And now you're protected divinely by an individual that allows you to choose. Instead of being born into, you've been led, chosen, and raised to be independent. And now you have the freedom to choose exactly what you want in your life and feel divinely protected, ordained, and safe. Namaste, love and light. This has been your monthly reading, Capricorn. Enjoy, send healing energy and light to all those around you. May it exude through your perseverance. That pitchfork is the doing away with oppression. And you've chosen to stand in your truth. Congratulations. Feel free to check the description box below for your essential spiritual tools, we're more than happy to welcome you into the community at Chakrageous University, Clinic, and Club. Thank you. Love and light.